Hey, welcome back to Mind Decoder. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating cognitive style, one that might just be the key to explaining why you've always felt like you see the world, well, a little differently. We're going to explore what it means to be a multidimensional thinker.
I mean, have you ever felt that? That sense that you're connecting dots that nobody else seems to see? It's like you're spotting these hidden patterns in the chaos of everyday life, while everyone else seems to be missing them completely. Well, if that's you, you're not alone, and there's a really powerful way to understand why that happens.
Okay, so let's give this thing a name. What we're actually decoding today is a pretty unique cognitive style. The term for it is a multidimensional thinker, and getting a handle on this could honestly be the key that unlocks the very architecture of your own mind.
Now hold on. It's really, really important to get this straight. This is not the same as just overthinking. We're not talking about those anxiety loops that get you stuck. Nope. This is a totally different beast. It's a structural thing, a specific way your brain is built to process information. It's that natural ability to look at one single thing and boom, you instantly see the entire ecosystem around it, the hidden systems, the emerging patterns, all those invisible threads connecting everything.
Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine most brains are running a standard, straightforward operating system. It's efficient, great for getting from point A to point B. But a multidimensional mind? That's running a custom, high-performance OS. It's built for complex modeling and for weaving together massive amounts of data. It's unbelievably powerful, for sure. But yeah, sometimes you might run into a few compatibility issues when you're trying to interface with everybody else.
So, the big question is, does this sound like you? How would you even know? Well, let's get into the telltale signs. And as we go through these, I want you to really think about it. See if these patterns start to click. All right, sign number one. This is a big one, maybe the most fundamental of them all. It's all about how you perceive the world.
This right here, this is the hallmark trait. You're the person in the meeting who's talking about sales figures, but your brain instantly jumps to some geopolitical event on the other side of the planet and sees the connection. Or maybe you tweak one tiny detail in a project and you can already see the chain reaction, the ripple effects, 6 months down the line. It's like you're subconsciously weaving all these random threads of information into one big, coherent tapestry.
Okay, on to the next one. Sign number two is all about what drives you, what fuels this whole thought process. It comes down to your motivation. This points to a kind of deep, relentless intellectual hunger, right? A simple answer or a surface-level fact just doesn't cut it for you. It's never enough. You feel this fundamental need to deconstruct it, to understand all its parts, its history, and the core principles holding it together. You don't just want the finished product, you need the entire blueprint.
And for our third sign, this is something that's pretty much always running in the background for you. It's a constant internal process.
Your mind basically functions like a high-powered simulation engine. You're perpetually running mental models, exploring all these branching futures, and stress testing how things might play out. Before you have a difficult conversation, you've already run through like 10 different versions of it in your head. And again, this isn't just worrying, it's deeply strategic. It's this incredible ability to anticipate, prepare, and adapt to almost anything. But look, any tool this powerful is going to have two sides, right? It's a classic double-edged sword. This way of thinking comes with some absolutely profound strengths, but it's also often paired with a set of very unique challenges. So let's break down that duality.
And you can see the trade-offs so clearly. That same mental process that lets you connect wild ideas and be exceptionally creative, that's the exact same thing that can lead you to overthink the simplest decisions. Your capacity for deep, systematic problem solving is immense, but it also carries the risk of analysis paralysis, where you get so lost in the variables you can't make a move. And while that strategic foresight is a superpower, it can feel incredibly isolating when the people around you just don't see the same complex picture you do.
So where do we go from here? The goal isn't to change how you think. Absolutely not. The real goal is to learn how to effectively pilot this high-performance machine you've been given. It's all about consciously harnessing this trait and turning it into a tangible superpower. And here's a simple but super effective framework for that. First up, acknowledge it. This is a critical first step. It's a reframing exercise where you move from seeing this as a bug to understanding it's a feature. Second, find an outlet. All that processing power needs a mission. If you don't give it a complex problem to solve, a creative project, a business strategy, a deep dive hobby, it can turn inward. And third, practice grounding. For a mind that's naturally simulating the future, developing a practice like mindfulness is an absolute game changer for managing that cognitive load and staying anchored in the here and now.
And this brings us to the most important question, the one for you. With this framework in mind, the journey shifts from just identifying it to actually applying it. So take a moment and really consider it. How will you intentionally leverage your unique perspective?
And if you want to continue this journey of understanding different cognitive frameworks, we've linked to a really helpful resource in the description below that you might want to check out.
And finally, if you found this explainer valuable, please do us a huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us continue to create content that breaks down these complex topics. Thanks for watching.